Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Give me two clap and a Ric Flair.
What's good, football fans? Back at you once again with another video. And lo and behold, the burgundy and gold is 4-1. But first and foremost, I'd like to welcome a whole lot of people that were on the sideline not wanting to cheer back to the program. Hopefully, eventually, the entire fan base decides to come back. I know we got some stragglers that are going to stay where they are for probably ever on the name, and I get it. For me, the addiction's too strong, and even though I don't like the name, I got to carry on. And I will admit, the last few years, the fire hasn't burned out, but I will admit that it has dimmed a little bit at times. And I've been asked by everybody that I know, why is it that I stay with that football team? The answer is simple for me. I don't know anything else, and I never want to know anything else. I've always been a fan of the burgundy and gold, and that's the way it's going to stay. 4-1. Look at this football team. The defense is coming together. There are still a couple places that, whatever, but, hey, they're coming together. But the offense is on point. I believe they're the #1 scoring offense in the NFL right now through 5 weeks. And I know that that's only through 5 weeks, but if you're a Washington fan, you're loving this because we've had problems scoring every season forever. And of course, it feels good to have an exciting, young player who may actually be redefining the position as we watch. I remember several years back being a Hokies fan from way back in the, even before the Frank Beamer era. I can remember the game that Michael Vick actually played for the first time, and it was a lot of injuries that day. But anyway, Vick came off of the bench, and I remember thinking instantly, like, who is this kid? And of course, over the next few weeks or whatever, our minds would be blown over and over again because we saw magic. And when he released the ball, he had a cannon, but he never had the touch that Jayden Daniels has. And I don't believe that he threw the ball as well on the move, as Jayden does. Both dynamic players, both will do whatever they got to do to get that next yard. I always felt bad for Mike because Mike never was able to get that ring. Well, what can I say? The guy is, a Hokie legend. But at any rate, you got to love what you're seeing on Sundays from Jayden Daniels. And I wanted to come on today and look, not at all of the film, but kind of like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's not really a whole lot of bad and ugly. That said, let's just hop right into the film. Now, this first play... This is something special. This is what I've always dreamed of coming from a young quarterback in the burgundy and gold. And we got it now. Jayden Daniels is the man. He is him. This play right here, 9 quarterbacks out of 10, maybe even 30 out of 32 quarterbacks in the NFL. This is a sack. Jayden is able to get around this. Now, I will say that this is also a little bit of Brian Robinson falling backwards, blocking one, but he is losing the battle here. He uses his body to block the second one there, which is great, actually. Old coach of mine used to always say, I don't care if you whisper in his ear, man, just make sure that he does not get the ball. And, yeah, you can see right there, Brian falls backwards a little bit when he's blocking, but Jayden is able to make it happen. He ducks and dives, turns, pulls out to the side, and is able to run out and reestablish. And at the same time, Terry McLaurin is just breaking down here. And yeah, everything comes together at the right time. Terry's got a break. And these two guys are really starting to get some on-field dynamics going on. And if that guy right there is not there to catch that shoestring, this is definitely a touchdown for sure. Watch it back in real time from the other direction. You see him. Oh man, I just love to see that. He definitely makes this into something more than most quarterbacks in the league would have made this into. As you see, two Browns defenders were coming in right on him. We're coming down the pipe there. On the run, makes that throw. That's a thing of beauty right there. For the life of me, I've never been able to understand why they don't show us this view when we're watching the game. This is the best view to see from. I have never understood why they show the side view. You know, if you're going to show a cut to the side view, that's great, but this right here should be the direction they show, because during the games, I can never tell what the hell's going on with the line, and I know that they show the replays from this direction a lot, but as you see right here, things just start breaking down fast. And I believe that the Browns defender over here, number 54, I believe that's Smith, is able to smack that ball. And when he smacks it, Jayden feels it. Probably pretty lucky that this ball didn't pop out. I do believe that Smith's hand hit that ball. Jayden's able to bring it down. You know, at the exact same time, you see JOK right there. He is about to pick the ball off if he throws it across the middle. But I do not believe that that's where Jayden was looking. I believe Jayden was looking down the field. And he had a man that broke right there. And as you see, he's open right as Jayden gets hit. You know, right as Jayden would have let go of the ball, he starts breaking open. But Zach Ertz probably would have been able to make the first down on that play. But the ball gets smacked by Smith right here and just, you know, sets off a chain reaction that ends up ending with Daniels taking the sack. And smartly so, actually, at that point. You know, if he would have tried to release that ball, it either would have flailed in the air, or who knows what would have happened. I'm actually really surprised he's able to suck that back in. You know, it could have been a combination of, one, he was at the last second thought to not throw it, and two, Smith hitting it. Watch it back in real time and see. I can't really tell if he touched it or not. This play right here is just a hell of a play by JOK, and I just think Jayden really wasn't paying attention to where 6 was at in this play. Kind of easy to lose him on the field, but at the same time, he just saw what appeared to be Zach Ertz coming free across the middle right there, and just he never laid eyes on JOK, and JOK makes a hell of a play there. It's intercepts it on the goal line, which I always talk about how much that one hurts, because not only do they get the ball back, but they keep Washington from getting the score, man, and it fucking sucks. One thing I can guarantee is this kid will definitely learn from this play right here. You know, this is not a situation where he's gonna like see ghosts or something like that. This is a situation where this is gonna get put, you know, in the VR machine, and he is definitely gonna get taught over and over again about this play and what not to do. And probably by him. He's probably the one that's going to want to load it and learn from it. This kid is unbelievably smart. And hats off to JOK. I would say his name. I'll give it one attempt. I believe it's Jeremiah Owasu Karamoya. Like normal, I probably just butchered his name, but I believe he's a player that should have been in Washington. You know, he's one of those ones that they missed on draft day on. This play here, again, on the move. I really think this is a dynamic that we're going to see a lot of. I mean, defenders are going to lose their minds crashing the edge right here, and this guy outrunning them off to the side. And the options of where this play could go. You see the defender there falls, but you know, the rest of the players on that defensive line, you know, their options are limited. They have to crash to him. But then the linebackers are kind of left in limbo. Do they crash to the quarterback, who could be rolling out and trying to run across the line of scrimmage, which, you know, as I'll show in this film, he does a lot of. So if he's crashing to the side over here, this defender, if he's crashing to the side over here and Jayden decides to throw it, which he's got a wide open man down the field right here. Actually, two, once the defenders react to things, but, you know, you obviously can't count the ones that react there because they stop instantly. But this man right here in the center of the field is wide open. And, you know, the linebackers all kind of bleed towards this guy. And when it's not, the ball doesn't go towards him, it leaves that man wide open. And then, boom, you got a first down. And the defenders are left there, you know, they don't really know what to do on a play like that. Like, defensive coaches are going to be trying to come up with a scheme, you know, to beat this kid, because he is a system of his own. He really is. But as you'll see on the play right here, Terry comes across the middle, and he's really unguarded the entire time. You know, the guys on the long game there, they all go with Sennett down the field. But as you see, the defenders, two of them bleed that way. One of them comes towards Jayden. You know, he extends and bumps Jayden, but Jayden's able to get the ball off. Boom. First down. You know, I thought this play was interesting. A good frame of mind by a young quarterback, you know, from the half yard, or what's that, the 1.1 yard line there. Presence of mind is something that you really can't teach. They just either have it or, you know, they don't. Maybe they over time they develop it. You know, most players don't come off of, you know, the college bus or whatever you want to call it, and have what this kid has, and that's the smarts and the dynamics and the arm to match the feet, which is kind of crazy. But on this play, Zach Ertz, as you see, shoots up the middle of the defense wide open. Now, I'll put it to you this way. I don't think Zach Ertz really maybe ever has had the juice under his feet that, let's say, that maybe Logan Thomas would have had in that play. Now, of course, somebody could have made the argument that Logan might have not have been healthy enough to even play in this game, right? But at any rate, player we moved on from. The only reason I bring him up is because I don't think Ertz has the juice under his feet to be able to catch that ball. Like, that's a ball there that, you know, maybe Terry McLaurin makes that catch. But the reason I pointed out is, I mean, you're on the goal line and you got defenders pressing down on you, and, you know, you can find easy passes to take you out of that situation, but this kid finds somebody that's open and puts it to where only he would have had a chance to get it. I was just impressed at the fact that he didn't freak out in this situation. You know, a lot of guys freak out. I've seen rookies do all kinds of simple shit. So to me, it was great to see him take this in stride and do everything he could with it. And honestly, had this been a play designed for McCaffrey over there, he might have made this catch. I just don't think that Ertz has the juice under his feet to be able to get it. But watch it back from this direction, and you'll see, you know, Ertz has more than a step. He has a freaking valley down the lane down there. And I was talking about defenders, you know, him giving them fits and things that, you know, happen within a game around the edge over here, with him coming around this edge and defenders not knowing what to do because they crash down. They feel like they're going to be able to make a play on him, and maybe several quarterbacks in the league, they would be able to. Even the dynamic mobile quarterbacks, they might be able to make a play on. But not this guy. This guy's able to just hit the juice at the right time, and you know, there's several defenders bearing down on him on this play, so he's only able to get, you know, out there past the line of scrimmage, sticks the ball out there to kind of cheat an extra little yard. But the whole point I'm trying to make here is, you know, I showed it a minute ago when he came around the edge and on that 60-yard pass. You know, it's hard to defend a play. You know, you got, I believe that's McCaffrey right there. No, that's Ertz. But it's hard to defend a play. Like, it's hard to defend what Ertz is doing there when you got Jayden coming out of the backfield like this. And I guess you could say at some point that even though the line of scrimmage is right there, that he could have still let it go. But he doesn't try to press it, takes the easy yards, and that's what I like to see. I like to see maximum yardage for, you know, if he can avoid it, the least amount of effort or hitting going on, so to speak, and chance. I don't want any chance happening. But you know, this kid's smart. He rolls out. He gets as many yards as he can. Steps out. And honestly, you probably make an argument that maybe he was kind of like, you know, hey, hit me here. You know, whatever. An added little penalty there at the end wouldn't hurt, right? You can watch it in real time from this direction, and you'll see he just outruns the man on the edge, which, like I said, that's a nightmare for an edge defender. I do believe he picked up the first down right there, too. You know, the more I see Luke McCaffrey, the more I'm impressed. I actually, honestly, didn't know what to expect from him coming out of college. You know, his numbers were kind of low, but I also looked at his film and saw that, you know, that offense was, I don't know, they didn't really utilize any of his talents at all. Maybe not really built for the type of receiver he is. But he makes a hell of a play right here, actually, on the ball to be able to hold on to this, because the defender, really tries to crash on the ball right here, and they fight for it right at the end. Now, I believe as he comes to the ground that McCaffrey has the ball, but the defender makes a good play on it. But as you see the ball come in from this direction right here, I think it's really commendable the fact that he's able to hold on to it, because the defender crashes right on it, tries to knock it out, and then immediately tries to fight him for it, and he keeps hold of it, pops up, first down. Again, another example of this edge being just a nightmare for defenders with this kid running around, and them not knowing if he's going to throw the ball, is he going to run the ball, what is he going to do? They just nightmares. Defensive coaches, I can tell you right now, especially the staff over there in Cleveland, they're probably pissed at this point, telling their guys, they need to learn from this and everything else, because this guy is a nightmare to that entire staff, I guarantee it, and pretty much every team moving forward. I know they got the Ravens coming up next. They have a little bit more of a seasoned defense. We'll see. I mean, Cleveland had a pretty good defense too. We'll see what the outcome is of that. But Cliff Kingsbury's got these guys playing. But as you see, I mean, he smartly steps out. And I think folks got the wrong impression of me when I first started making videos about Jayden. They thought maybe I was hoping for this pocket quarterback or something. I like the fact that this guy rolls out and makes yardage. I was like one of the biggest Mike Vick fans there ever was. So I never understood why people reacted that way, but I love the fact that he's able to get maximum yardage and protect himself. See that? He didn't just try to stay in bounds all crazy. Like, he went out of bounds. He got as much yardage as he could. He didn't try to cut back in. Everybody used to always get angry about what Robert Griffin used to do. Robert Griffin would, Griffin might have tried to cut back and try to make that a touchdown play. Of course, I could show you a bunch of film where he cut out of bounds as well. But, everybody kind of got this idea that that's how running quarterbacks are. But they aren't all that way, not the smart ones. And this kid, like I said, is brilliant. If I've said it once, I've said it like 4 times in this video. Around this edge over here, defenders have to just be hating it. Even a guy like JOK, I mean, look at him. Like, he is coming in. He is a dynamic defensive player. Overruns the play. Jayden takes off. I mean, how do you defend this? If you're a defense, how do you defend that? By the way, when I saw this, I about went ape shit. This to me was crazy. Like, I live for plays like this. Like, seeing this kid just duck around the side and knowing that he could throw the ball, but he's choosing to take off and run right here, and the defense cannot stop it. I mean, straight up and down, folks, they cannot stop this. They don't know what to do. And, it's not like they're using smoke and mirrors like with Shanny and them. Nah, this is real. This kid, they can't find a way to stop what Cliff Kingsbury is doing with Jayden Daniels. I think the biggest thing coming from this for us should be, how long can we keep Kingsbury in Washington? Because this is working. I like this. And defenders can't do anything about this. And you start to think, damn, he probably could have got a touchdown right there. I mean, yeah, nobody could get to that defender, so he came out wide open. But yeah, I mean, and then there at the end, Jayden throws a stiff arm. I love to see that too. Like, no, you're not putting a hit on me. 12 is just hating that. Like, nope. And of course, the touchdown pass. This is a thing of beauty. I'm just gonna let it roll. I love this quarterback's arm. He's just effortless. Just a nice spiral on it. And I always knew that Dyami Brown was the player that he's showing us he is this year. Especially the last 2 seasons, I've seen a lot of off-season stuff from him. But that's a perfect ball, y'all. Look at that. Right over the shoulder. Perfect. I mean, right in the breadbasket. Just he couldn't have put that in there any more perfect. I mean, y'all, this feels good. I have to pinch myself every once in a while to finally have a top-tier quarterback that's only going to get better, but is better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league right now. Then you have a play like this one that can only be categorized as a breakdown on the offensive line, and then the defenders kind of overrun the play. Your quarterback is dynamic enough to make everybody miss, and this is what you get. I'm telling y'all, defensive coaches are having nightmares looking at this right now. Like, this is the ultimate, you had a sack and you did not get it. He completely makes 2 or 3 guys miss and gone. I mean, gone. Now, of course, the side effect of having a quarterback that does something well is eventually defenses will overstack an area of the field to try to combat that one thing. And you know, after that happened several times, the defense caught him in action with this one right here, and there was nothing he could do. And you know, I'm not gonna call that a scary moment, but he definitely took a couple hits there. And like I said, man, this just comes with the turf, and I get that. I do like to see that he tried to tuck the ball in there, and you know, he did not let them strip it. I'm gonna let you guys know, overall, I am over here just bubbling with enthusiasm. I haven't been this happy about the way the offense is going and about how the defense is also coming together with this team. And I love to stress that that's what they are. They're a team. They're a complete unit. They are a group of guys that are coming together and doing their damn jobs. Now, this past week against Cleveland, I think maybe Jayden really showed for the first time that he is a rookie. But at the same time, it had a lot to do with Zadarius Smith and the other weapons that Cleveland has. They actually have a decent defense. They have a lot of injuries going on over there right now, but you know, their defense is tough, so they were able to do things that other teams haven't been able to do. But also, I'm going to let you guys know, after looking over all the film, there's also a lot of tipped passes, and you know, there's a lot of Jayden having to throw the ball away because of pressure on him. He couldn't do anything else. It's either that or take a sack. So don't get too freaked out by the amount of incompletions last week versus other weeks since he's been playing. I think those stats from this past week might be a little bit misleading. The simple fact that this guy is in legitimate MVP conversations as a rookie is wild. And I also realize that it's only, you know, week 6 now, and we're getting ready to play definitely the toughest team that Washington has played yet. And I expect Baltimore to try to do a lot of the things that Cleveland did defensively, and maybe even more. Of course, I do believe the real test will come down to if, you know, that burgundy and gold defense can stop Lamar Jackson or not. Because I believe Jayden's going to give us 100%, and they're going to be able to scheme their way around a lot of different teams. I'm expecting a good football game. At any rate, do me a favor, guys. Reach up there and hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. And if you're still here, you know, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I've been noticing on the analytics that a lot of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. I mean, you know, hit that subscribe button and end that, you know, nonsense. And let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. Y'all take it easy. Peace.